Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. This is episode 58. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. Special guest in the building. Introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey, everybody, this is Riri or Ree from the New Normal Podcast 2. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on all the streaming platforms. And I'm happy to be here. That's it.
All right, let's hit the rundown now.
All right.
Custom Hustle. Custom Hustle is my clothing line. We do custom baseball jerseys, custom jackets. We got the t-shirts and the sweatsuits also. H2H Clean. Wait. Custom Hustle World is the Instagram page for that. Custom Hustle Co. is the Twitter page for that. All right, H2H Cleaning is my cleaning company that is a tri-state area situation. But if you make it worth my while, we can slide. That's at H2H Cleaning only on Instagram. Now, E Block Radio Network every Monday at 2 p.m. on the E Block Radio Network. Every Tuesday on the GFT Radio Network at 2 p.m. Thursday, WTNUphilly.com, 12:30. Friday, the I Say Podcast Radio Network, 10 a.m. And the THC Radio Network at 10 a.m. on Saturdays. All right, episode 58. Are you ready for this one?
Absolutely.
Who's more likely to double back, the man or the woman?
In my honest opinion, I feel like the man.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like the man is double backs. Can I tell you why?
yeah, absolutely.
A
The
lot of
floor is yours.
Okay, so a lot of times to me in my experiences, because it's nothing but men around me, like my brothers, my cousins, my best friend, everybody is male. And they like history. They like to feel comfortable. They like to know what they're getting into. They really don't like new situations. Everybody I know that they've dealt with, and if it didn't work out, they always go back to their ex. They always go back because they know that situation. They don't want to keep meeting people and doing all that all over again and stuff. So they usually go back to me because they don't want to have all that drama and hustle. It got to take something really, 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 really serious for them not to mess with it anymore. But a lot of times they always, to me, men love hard for real. When they're really in love, they love for real. You know what I mean? And they will go back. To
When a
me, in my
man
honest opinion.
loves, to me, if a man loves, he definitely loves hard because it takes so much for him to love. It takes so
Exactly.
much for you to open up that part of yourself
Hmm.
that, like, if this shit goes left, it's going bad and left. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And just
um,
just seeing things. Okay, I have two brothers. I have one brother, he's 2 years younger than me. I have another brother, he's 1 year younger than me. And they've been with their spouses. They're both married for over 10 years, but they've been knowing them forever. Like my brother that's 2 years younger than me, his name is Tino. He's knowing his wife since he was in middle school. However, they didn't date, they were his friends. And they built like a it's the so they to me, they had a real friendship before they even got married. So it's been situations that they could have just been like, they don't want to be together, but they really been working at it. Like they've been working at it. And he's 40 now. You know what I mean? So I think he's good. And then my other brother seemed like he never had no problems with his wife. I don't know because they keep this stuff private and I appreciate that. But they've been together for over 10 years
absolutely.
too. You know what I mean? And he left because, to me, when it's solid, it's solid. I feel like sometimes the woman, unfortunately, give up or make a big deal out of stuff. Like men to me are more simple, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. If things are going right, women are starting like stuff they lost. Like, you're not like I want you to be. It's a whole different things they're trying to change now. So now they don't know. They want something different. They want something new or
The
whatever.
problem with you not how I want you to be is those are your own expectations of me.
Mm-hmm.
Those are not what I aspired to be or do. And those
Absolutely.
situations can be bad from either perspective.
Yep.
If you looking at her like she's not what you wanted her to be, then you shouldn't be with her
Mm-hmm.
because she's not looking to be. Most women in the 30s, 40s, or late 20s ain't looking to be molded.
Mm-hmm.
uh you can be molded just by the way that things go, but if somebody's actively telling you like I don't like this, that, or whatever about you, then you should find somebody who fits those criteria
Yeah,
that you want.
absolutely. I agree with that. But a lot of times people, instead of finding it, they try to force the person they're with.
Square peg round hole.
Yeah, will try to make them be what they want them to be. And a lot of times that just starts a lot of confusion, a lot of just unfortunately people don't look at themselves. No one takes accountability of themselves and how
Hmm.
they've changed and evolved. Like you said, if we're going in a different direction, we definitely need to be together. Because I can't, why do I have to change? Because you're changing. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm comfortable like where I'm at with my job and stuff. You know, some people get married, have a decent job, they're doing good, but then somebody in a situation want way more. Now all of a sudden they want more. I want more. And then you don't have the drive they want because you know you don't build with your company. You're good in your position, but they feel like you're not trying to get more out of
Not
life.
reaching your full
Yeah, you're not.
potential type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. But
So
again, that goes to you having an expectation of me or wanting something that I don't want.
mhm,
Now, some people it's like it could be just a kick in the ass that you needed, and
mhm,
some people it's like you just nagging the hell out of me because you want me to be something that I'm not. Accept
absolutely.
me for who and what I am, or move the fuck on. It's always a thing. Shout out to my man TJ from It's Better This Way.
Mhm,
TJ said this shit years ago. He was like, "You can't be scared to walk away. You always got to know that you got the option to walk away."
absolutely. I was
And
married for 10
and
years. I got divorced in 2019 because I was dying in my marriage. So I was like, I could have stayed there because he was financially, he had money. And I could have been there and stuff because everybody said, girl, don't leave him, girl. He got money. I'm just trying to tell you what.
don't do this. This is another episode. Don't do this. Don't
Well, I
do
was just
this.
letting you know that I have been married for 10 years. I'm over 40. I've been experienced this. I was engaged prior to that 2 times or whatever.
You
I'm just letting you know. I have
Yeah, nah,
experience.
you triggered something in me that has now gone to another episode. We'll talk
Okay.
about that. We'll talk about
Okay.
that. That's good shit right there. Anyway, stay on top. Let me stay on task. I like that though.
Okay.
Damn, you killed me.
Let's talk about doubling
Okay.
back. And
Who's more likely to double back? I'm gonna say the woman.
mm-hmm.
I think that men can have way more casual situations than a woman. Dudes can, like you said, we married for 10 years and a nigga will go to the bar tonight and knock something down. A
Mm-hmm.
woman is less likely to go to that bar and do something tonight.
Are you serious? Are
You-
you sure? It's
I'm a
2022. I mean, a lot of things unchanged. I have a lot of females that are associates around me, and yeah, they out there too doing the same thing. They think they do. They think they can do what a man does, and they shouldn't do that, but they'll do stuff like that.
copy. I'll wholeheartedly go with you there because that's one of those things that I hate. People always get mad about double standards, and it just is what it is.
Yeah,
There's a double standard for a reason.
there
Uh,
is.
but like for the most part, women will go though. Like, I know him and it's a comfortable situation more than a man, I believe. As far as like I've said, just as far as the double back goes, not like let's build a relationship or any of that,
Hmm.
because like I stated in the beginning, for a man to get to a situation where he wants to be with you
Hmm.
and now things break left, he's devastated by the fact that things didn't work out now because it took so much for him to get to the point where he said, you know what, you're it, and I'm going to just be with you. That's if we doing things, a certain way now. If you
Hmm.
still was playing and doing you on the side, then all right, copy, different situation. That's not what we talk about, though. We talk about everybody's keeping things cool. But yeah, I think the woman would be far more likely now. Like you said, these new age chicks though
Yeah,
is
and it's
they think
different. The mentality has changed now. Now it's like, okay, they're not to me looking at nothing stable. They're not looking at stability. They're not looking at somebody else's feelings and what is this going to do to our relationship. And especially if they have children. I mean, they cause so much drama. I'm sorry, I see so much. And I be trying to ask them like, why are you standing? I had a friend because I cut off a lot of people in 2020. So I had a friend who was married, but she had a boyfriend and she was dating other people. I'm like, what are you doing? And she was over 40. I'm like, well, did you not? I mean, what are you doing here? She had one child,
listen.
and it wasn't by that particular person, but she was like, well, I'm living my life now and all this stuff or whatever. But I'm like, are you living your life? Are you causing drama? Like, that's energy. Like, what are you doing? Why don't you just divorce your husband?
That's what I
You
was
know
about
what I'm
to say.
saying?
What did you
Yeah.
get married for at that point?
Well, she's staying married because she's been married for like 18 years now. So she don't want to look bad. However, she's doing bad things to her relationship. Like people sabotage their relationships and they want to do it because other people are watching. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. They have
Not
a
even
whole. They don't want nobody to talk about them. And some people are like that still. They might be
not
like,
even just that though. Like you said, she has a child who is watching all of these different things. People always get it confused at thinking that, oh, they don't know because they're however age or whatever.
they
But
know.
if when it comes out that mommy been doing this for the past 18 years, all you're doing is showing them how to be sneaky.
It's
So
showing them
then when they,
everything. They doing everything
yeah,
you do. You don't even know
that's
that.
what I'm
Like
saying. You don't know that they doing it though because you're too busy doing what you're doing. And at
exactly.
that point, like, see, this has always been my situation is I'm not I don't value other people's opinion enough. Like not everybody, but a lot. I don't value a lot of people's opinion enough to care what they think about what it is that I'm doing.
Exactly.
Like I would never get a certain job or just stay married or do anything just because it's like I don't want other people to talk about me and I don't want it to look a certain way. Like I don't give a fuck what you think. Like
Honey, I'm in Atlanta. Where you at?
Philly, my bad. Damn,
Philly.
I didn't get that international hype. I forgot. I
I'm
usually ask the
sorry.
guests where are you from and throw that out there.
Okay. So I'm in Atlanta and people are very, to me, it's no stability as far as relationships anymore. That don't have that, like you just said, the attitude that you have, like, I don't care about what anybody else is thinking. I'm doing what's right for me in my situation. We have an understanding. A lot of people don't do that here. Everybody, right, to me, that I've met, especially in the industry I'm in, I do real estate, I do a lot of different things. So, you start brushing shoulders with other people and stuff. You start seeing how people move. People are very sneaky, like you said. People have sneaky links. They have all this stuff going on because they want to. It's like they're trying to create drama. Or this person might have this person might have that, or they want to. It's just too much drama here. I don't know. I just can't explain it. It's just very toxic. It's
People
dramatified.
want to live like love and hip hop.
That part, yeah, that part too. They want to be
People want to
celebrity.
live like love and hip hop.
Yeah,
The chicks now, like everybody got on 6 pounds of makeup to go nowhere.
exactly. You're right.
Just like these chicks do on these damn TV shows.
Mhm.
Like
That's true.
everybody wants to
That's
take
facts.
pictures. Everybody want to take pictures and act like they doing this, that, or whatever, just like they do on these shows.
Yeah,
So like I
false
remember the
reality.
first season, of what was it, Basketball Wives,
Hmm.
and Eric Williams is telling Jennifer, don't get caught up like them. None of them is married. You listening to these goofy. We're only arguing right now because you listening to these goofy motherfuckers. And ain't none of them married.
Yeah.
Don't end up like them. And lo and behold, she listened to these goofy motherfuckers, and now she was divorced just like the rest of them.
That was like football wives. Deion Sanders told Pilar the same thing. He was actually, let me tell you what, it was a reality check for him. So when he stopped, playing and started retiring, he was at home with her. He said, "This is what you do all day." He realized that she was a pretty face. She was like, what I'm saying, and she didn't do anything for him no more, like because he was home now. So they ended up getting divorced too. He started messing with Babyface ex-wife because she was
That's
the
a,
go getter and things like that. But he just wished he watched and see what his wife was doing.
but
He
that's
was,
too. That's also like a relationship that evolves.
mm-hmm.
If we could have been great, I know I've said this on the podcast several times. For people who listen every week, my bad. I know you're locked in, and I appreciate you hitting the button. You hit it already, though. 5 stars only. We don't accept four. Um, I know that we could have been perfect for each other when we was 24.
Mm-hmm.
And from 24 to 27, girl, we had a magical run. But
Mm-hmm.
then, like you're saying, 27 hits, and it's like, hey, so you don't have any ambition?
Yeah,
Like, you don't
like,
want to do nothing else? You just want to sit here every day? You just want to put makeup on and sit in the house and do nothing? You want to wear these long ass nails to do nothing? Like,
I
at
mean,
some point,
you
like, at
working
some
out,
point, that's what I'm saying. Like, at some point,
which
it's like, the goal was whatever. And if you hit that goal, now you have to have another goal.
yeah,
So one of us could be ambitious as hell. It could be the guy who's the woman is ambitious as hell. And she's trying to hit all these different goals. And then she realizes years later, it's like, so you never were trying to do any of this other shit, but you have to recognize those things in your relationship. And it's way easier for somebody else. This is one of those things that always happens. It's so much easier for me to look inside your relationship and tell you you should leave him or you should leave her because of this, and this. And it's like when you ain't got no time, no energy, no effort, no years invested into this situation. So it's easy as shit for you to tell me to leave my relationship.
mm,
But being inside that relationship and you going like, well, damn, you start to look at it like, well, did I just waste the last 4 years? Did I just waste the last 6 years? Like, do I need to go here? Do I need to reevaluate the situation? Like, it's a lot that you go into when you're thinking
yeah,
about those different situations.
yeah. I mean, you're right. And then it depends on what else is going on while you're in that relationship. I'm gonna say this. In my relationship, my father died and my sister died, right? When I was married. He had never lost anybody. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't really know how to be empathetic, which was okay because I can't make you be a certain way. You know what I mean? I just
Hmm.
asked you to be there for me. Like if I want a hug or you know what I'm saying, because you might not know what to say. I'm glad that you're there though. You know what I'm saying?
It's nothing
Sometimes
to say. It's just all about being there.
right, just being there. And some people don't know how to do that. They don't want to face that. I'm just saying certain things that you start realizing like this is not what I want. You know what I'm saying? This is not what I need right now. It wasn't until his daughter's husband got murdered that certain things started to, he started, I guess, find his emotions, but it shut him
Hmm.
off. Then his sister died right after that, and then it shut him off because he didn't know how to deal with those emotions. So I'm going to say this: when you're in a relationship and you're dealing with real problems, but a person have never dealt with it, because my mom had already died in 2006. I had already dealt with death with my mom and my other sister in 2004. So I was kind of not used to it, but I was preparing for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I looked at life differently, and this person didn't. So anyway, it made us kind of like it separated us because now he shut down. Like he don't know what to say. He don't know what to do. He don't even know what to say to me. He feel like he don't want to say the wrong things or whatever. I'm just trying to tell you. Sometimes you have to leave because it's time. It's just time.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, this was another thing that another episode that we did. I believe it was episode like 51, 48, something like that.
Mhm.
Do all relationships have an expiration date? And majority of
Yeah,
them do.
I believe so. Yes.
Like majority of relationships have an expiration date.
Mhm.
Like
Absolutely.
your friend that was your man, your best girlfriend in high school, it just stopped there.
Yeah.
Y'all probably got together a couple of times after that, but then you look up and it's 15, 20 years later and you ain't talked to that person.
Exactly. And you have to
Because
grow
at that,
up. I'm saying
yeah,
like when you have young relationships, y'all gonna grow up and y'all gonna have things differently than you know what I mean? At 18, you don't feel the same way as 21. 21, you don't feel the same way as 25. 25, most people don't. At 25, you don't feel the same way at 30. You know what I mean? But you gotta
way to
look
throw
at
in that most people.
huh? What'd you say?
Way to throw in that most
Yeah,
people.
most people.
Some
I'm
niggas
just
is 46 and still thinking they 18.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of people still stuck in their high school or their college lifestyle. Like, okay, no, we you real grown now. Okay, yeah, I'm glad that you experienced that because the college is an experience. But some people, that's all they still stuck, and they're like 47 now. They went to college when they were 18 to 21, and they're doing things about college. What have you done
Mhm.
besides that? Besides
Yeah,
college, you know what I mean?
if you still
Yeah,
talking about that great night in 1992, like I can't
exactly.
do nothing for you.
Like I remember yeah, we went through the struggle. We had some good times then, boy. We had all the, how you run into like an old cat and he's telling you like, yeah, had all the ladies and all the cars and everybody was on me. You like, and he's like 60 now,
Oh,
and
that's
he's
all.
like,
That's everybody in jail. Everybody had all of the work in the world, all the guns, all the girls. It's like, but you
yeah,
got
it's like you stuck
$12 on your books,
there.
guys. Copy.
Yeah, like
All
so sad. Come on now.
right, let's personalize this now.
Okay,
Were you or your ex more like who? Which one of y'all, or did either one of y'all look to double back?
I didn't. I never go back. Always forward, never backwards.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't work then. It's not gonna work now. I'm a different person. That's for real. Anybody I've been with before, I'm still cool with them, and I see them. They married. They got what they really wanted. To be honest with you, I don't feel like I'm built for marriage. I'm built for companionship for a long time, but the marriage part, when I say that, people change when they get married. You know what I mean? They change how they look at stuff and their roles and everything just changes. And I don't want you to change, baby. We're gonna need to live. We gotta, we could set up a structured relationship and we can have things in place for us if anything happens and things like that. We don't have to have that contract. We'll have other contracts. You know what I'm saying? Because you're my business partner now. I'm telling you, let me tell you, you can do all that if you want to, but I'm just trying to let you know. Like I
No,
don't
I'm
I just
thinking here.
what?
Do I go into this topic now with you, or do we save this for later?
We could save it for later because because
Because
it can
I'm
get
trying
deep.
to think of. I'm telling you, I told somebody this. Like, my conversations are all currency
Hmm.
because it's topics in every conversation that you have.
Right.
And what I'm trying to think of here is, I don't want to. In fact, I don't want to do that. I don't want to just run over it in 5 or 6 minutes
Right. Right.
when we can turn that into a whole nother.
Yeah,
Good, good
we can save it
shit.
for later because it is it's deep. It's not no.
That's why I said I don't. I'm trying to think of, should we just do this real quick, or should I save this?
We can save it. I think we
I'm
should
gonna
save
save
it.
it.
Yeah.
We gonna put a pin in that for later. But copy that. I like where you go. I like where you're going here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not making these faces because it's
Oh, I
like,
thought you
oh
was like, oh
God.
my god,
Oh no no no
because
no. What I'm going to is, do I get 2 3 people to do that episode, or do I
you get
just do
different
it with you?
perspectives. No, you should get other perspectives. That's what
I
I
mean,
believe. You
All
know
right,
what I
yeah,
mean?
because if this is all falling in the lines of I did why does marriage work and why doesn't marriage work,
Right, right,
and this is a series that I'm gonna continue to build on. And the two things that you brought up so far in this episode are, ding 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 ding, we got two more episodes.
right, right.
we
Okay,
gonna leave we
okay.
gonna leave that
We're gonna
one.
leave it. We're gonna leave it.
Damn.
Cool.
Um. Damn. Uh.
We was talking
So
about doubling back.
yes, in any of your situations, I was about to say. Let's get off of this one. For me personally, I how can I really say this? Because I never was in relationships. Like I just talk to people, and like sometimes you just don't talk no more.
Mm,
Uh, but I mean, I don't have bad relationships with nobody. There's
me
nobody like that I used to talk to, and it's like, oh God, this bitch here she come. I can't stand her. I wish her house burns down. Type. No, I don't have that with
right,
nobody.
right.
So a double back for me, it would be like, oh yeah, we still cool. We just don't talk no more. Like if I run into you, it's all love. Like
That's not
so,
really doubling back. That's you being cordial, and you know what I'm saying. You being
exactly. That's
pleasant,
what I'm
pleasant.
saying. So like, yeah, you ran into her tonight and she looked good enough and she was with it and you was with it, and hey, it is what it is. It's a
Yeah,
familiar situation. But like I ain't the 6 months later you up text and we
yeah.
ain't talked since
You don't know
Thanksgiving.
what's going on in their life either. Let me tell you something. I don't know about this generation right now, what's going on, but everybody just screwing everybody. Like, ain't no real consequences. Like, it ain't no
Yeah.
STDs, ain't no babies, ain't no none of it. Like, what y'all doing? Ain't no emotions getting attached. Ain't none of this. Like, let me tell you something. That's energy. So now you don't
Nah,
know.
the
You
the
taking on
emotions
everybody's
and all of
energy.
that is everybody's emotions and all of that is attachments. They so fucked up from all of
That's what
these
I'm saying. All the
different relationship
toxicity.
situations that you've been in, and you took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, you bring it to that
Oh,
personality. Now you don't understand. Let me say something. I know you don't have this situation. I don't know if you had it. I can't say I know. But have you ever dealt with somebody and y'all maybe had, sex, and afterwards you feel like messed up, like you got attitude, you got all kinds of stuff. You just had a good moment in everything because you done took on all those energies, all those different people she was dealing with. You ain't got that
all
now.
right.
Now you messed up.
So I heard you say that on your podcast before.
Yeah.
Um, I would say that it would be like for a dude, it would be like, damn, why did I hit you? At the time, you was just like, yo, I need to get this nut off. Then
Yeah.
after you do, it was like, oh God, you. Like so, it's kind of the same thing, but it's like it's just a little different spin on it for the
Yeah,
guy.
it's a different perspective. How you deal with it was different.
Yeah,
I know some people I get like attitude. I done been in that situation. Like, why am I so mad? Like, oh, let me tell you something. Okay, not even that. It's not even with a man. I'm an empath, so I pick up people's energy. I had a homegirl who was over here. We was really cool, but I could tell she was off that day. And she was like, "Can I just take a nap on your sofa?" And I was like, "Okay, you all right?" So I let her take a nap. And she's like, "Well, I'm just going to head and leave." And I was so glad because I felt different because I was watching I forgot a show. It was I can't forget what I was watching, but I started feeling like horrible thoughts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sad. I started being sad. I'm like, why am I sad? Like, I'm talking about sad, like suicidal thoughts and stuff, right? So I was like, so I went in my room and I do like sage and stuff, and I pray to God, like, what is this? Remove whatever's on me. So she didn't even come all the way to my room. She's like, I'm about to go ahead and go. So I staged my whole house. I prayed to God and stuff, like get all this evil energy in my house. I swear to God, within 5 minutes, it was like clear and everything. She was like a demon to me. Like it was like I felt that. Like because she was like messed up already. And that's like I'm feeling what she's feeling in her head because she wanted to lay down and stuff. Like, why you want to like, because she stayed around the corner. So why'd you want to come over here and lay down?
why you come the hell over here and lay
Yeah.
down?
Like, but I'm thinking like
you wasn't
maybe
you wasn't on a trip, motherfucker. You
yeah,
was
exactly.
6
And I ain't
minutes
want to
from the
say no. All
crib.
right, I want to say you live right around the corner now. But I'm like, maybe she need to lay down and she can make it home. And she had said she was tired. I'm like, okay. But anywho, long story short, you can feel when people are kind of messed up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of energy you have, but I pick up people and I immediately I dismiss them. That's why I don't really have too many people around me, like for real, in small spaces, because you got to be a happy person. I got to feel that. You got to be a good person.
Beautiful segue that you just gave me because now we're going to talk about the new normal. And you had on the new normal, you did like a short. You do like these short you
Hmm.
do like these shorts, and you had one where you were saying a bunch of people that you had met like in the podcast community where a bunch of niggas be they just be fake, people don't be about their word and all of that type
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
See,
In real
this is
life.
how these situations go though. You got to filter all of that.
Yep.
And if you feel as though oh no, me and such just didn't connect. Like you said, you wasn't feeling his energy. Block they ass and move on.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 6 years or 5 years. 5 years I've been doing this.
Mhm.
I met probably like one dude who was like, "Oh, you just a dickhead,"
Mhm.
and it's no reason for me to argue with you back and forth on the internet. I hate internet gangsters and all of that shit. Look, we cool. It's
Right.
no ain't no harm, ain't no foul. We good.
Mhm.
We unfollow each other and we good. We ain't got nothing else to say now. And if you just tough guy in this situation, we could just block you and move on. Cause
Right.
this is not what I'm here for. I'm here for let's get this work done. Let's knock these episodes out. Let's build these relationships. If
Right.
I got somebody who calls me and says, "Hey, I got something going on down in Atlanta," you know anybody who? Oh yeah, I can make several phone calls and say, "Yo, such and such is." I love to be able to do
Right.
that
Right.
because that's what happens when you treating this shit like it's a business.
That
Like you
part.
got but everybody don't treat this like a business.
I
So
know.
when you meet people who aren't treating this like it's something that's real and it's something that's tangible, get the fuck away from them.
Mhm.
That's cool. You want to do you, and hey, maybe it's just a hobby for you.
Mhm.
Fine, you do that over there because this is not that lane that I'm in. I'm in the lane of business. I'm in the lane of cultivating something into it, turning this thing into something.
Mhm.
Like everybody's not there.
No, they're
So
not.
you got when you said that on the episode and was like, just so many of these people be fake. You're
Yeah.
gonna meet a whole bunch of people in any business. Y'all
I
could
said
both be
that
selling
too.
hot dogs on the curb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, one of
Yeah.
these individuals ain't gonna be cool. That's
Mhm.
perfectly fine. Just get the fuck away from them and move on.
That's right. Well, that's what I was
You
saying
gotta
before, though. I mean, not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
now go ahead.
I'm saying that I've met so many people, and my cutoff game is real strong because I can feel the bull crap. Like as soon as I meet you, like it's one thing to be online like we're doing here. It's one thing to meet you in real life, though. In
Hmm.
real life, and I didn't know. And I just started watching these episodes with Charleston White, and he is right. People put on these characters because he said he has a character. So when you meet them in real life, they're a whole different person. They're not the same person you've met doing this like right
The
now.
person that you feel like you got to know over the
Yeah,
couple
like
of yeah,
we been rapport and stuff like that, but then in real life, you way different. You're nothing like the person that I thought you were. And I know people want to
putting on
put
a
on,
facade.
yeah, for what? To me, this is me. Like I'm me. All that. It's not gonna be like when I get this off, take these headphones off, I'm gonna be a whole different person. No, this is me because I feel like I connect to people more because they feel like they can relate to me because I'm being myself. Not me putting on a character. That's why I changed too though. Because in the beginning, like I said, I was getting my feet wet and I was doing things with people. And I was trying to figure out like what's my lane, what's my niche, like what is people gonna like from me. So I was doing things that I didn't like. I really didn't want to do music at first. So I had because I had a guy from a record label. He was like, "Look, I got all these artists. I want you to interview for me." So I was like, "Okay, cool." And everybody was dope. Like I liked all that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Okay," but I didn't want to do that all the time. Like I didn't want to find artists because I wanted to talk. I didn't want to just. I'm here to
You don't want
interview.
to be an interviewer,
Yeah, I didn't
yeah.
want to be an interview or whatever, but I feel like I was being thrown into that. So I was like, no, because everybody was like, you should interview this person. I'm like, I don't even want to listen to their music. Like it's like certain stuff. Like I'm not even. I want to do what I want to do. I feel like it's feeding people. I don't want to. I don't want to give you something that's not going to feed you. Or I want to just give you some like music as far as music. Like I don't want to give you junk. I want some deep stuff. I want something that you can really like vibe to and grow from. So I mean, so I had to start filtering out a lot of different things on that. And then as far as relationships, I didn't want to talk about my sexual encounters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women talk about all the things they done did. I'm like, y'all really are out here with that. Talking about they do this with this, did this, did. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I don't
That's
care.
what I'm saying. What you gonna do when your son Googles mommy and finds out, mommy, you took three in the same
Yeah, I'm like, y'all want to
time?
talk about this like it's nothing. Like it's just like okay, it's not okay. You know, it's not. I have a son. I have a 17-year-old son. Me and him we have a very candid relationship, very open. We don't play the radio about a lot of different things, but he'll ask me certain stuff. I'm very honest with him. He's very honest with me. So I don't want to ruin that by him thinking like my mama doing it. Like my mama, because he
That
loved
would
me.
I tell people this all the time. It sounds a certain way, but it's the truth. If you Google my name, a whole lot of my all my stuff comes up.
Mhm.
I never want my daughter. This is why I don't really do like I just tell that to the conversation that I had with the young ladies on the episode last week was like I don't go sexual on topics because my aunt listens to the podcast. I don't want my daughters to ever go, Daddy, this is what you were talking about. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
talking about mommy. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and they don't want them to just look at you like that. Like, what? I don't
that,
know, because
that's the
I
top.
don't want to look at my mom and dad like that. Like, you know how?
Copy that. And then, again, this is another one. This is a topic that's in the
Yeah.
'60s. That's a topic that's coming up.
But
um,
I feel like me personally, I was blessed because I did have my mom and my dad in the same house, so they both raised me. They both were totally different people, though. My mom was a nurse. She was quiet. She had the 4 kids. My daddy was loud, outgoing. He was a truck driver. It was just like they was just so different, but they was good for each other because of the
mhm.
differences. You know what I mean? So it gave me balance. But I wanted to be more like my daddy, though. My daddy was always happy. I feel like my mom was always like, you know how the mothers be firm. They be like, you can't do that. You can't do this. You better get your tail to bed. My daddy let me do whatever I want
Oh
because I
yeah,
was the only
see,
daughter.
yeah, we had the inverse situation here. You can play with my dad, but shouts out to those two parent children. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got one more thing for you before I let you go.
Okay.
You had the episode, which let me get the name correct. Give me 1 second. I should have had this up already, but I put the damn phone back down, and of course it's taking forever to load. I think it was like, "Can you hear me?" Was
Oh
that the name
yeah.
of it?
Yeah. Can you hear me? About
Okay,
like
so
yeah.
all right. One, let me say this as a listener. The raw emotion that you have in that episode, the vulnerability that you show in that episode, and it's only like I think it's like 15 minutes or 17 minutes or something
Mhm,
like that.
mhm.
It was like a beautiful situation
Thank you.
because a lot of people use these as their own therapy situations.
Mhm,
Just like you said, I was trying to find what's my lane and what's my niche. And the advice that I will always give people is you do what you want to do.
mhm.
The way that the world is set up now, you gonna meet somebody in Philly and Mississippi and Arkansas who thinks exactly the way that you think, where you don't have to compromise exactly who you are for whoever else. Like you said, it was giving you these artists to do these music interviews, and it was like, yeah, this is a good thing, but it's not what I want to do. So
Right.
don't do it
Right.
because if you don't feel it, then ain't nobody else gonna feel it. But it
Mhm,
only comes off when you're being genuine with the person.
mhm.
And
Agree.
if I'm not feeling it, then I'm not gonna do it. I've done episodes with people and it was like, yo, I didn't like that and I'm not gonna put it out. And this is why I'm not gonna put it out.
Right.
You gotta always look at these situations like this is the example I keep giving people. It's Tyler Perry.
Mhm.
When a Tyler Perry movie comes out, it says written by Tyler Perry, directed by Tyler Perry, script manufactured, edited, the catering, the bathrooms, everything is Tyler Perry.
Mhm.
So when you doing this situation and your name is going to be on it and you're on the line, and again, if you're being real with the people, give them exactly what you want to give them.
Yep.
That episode right there, I loved it
Thank you.
because it was you exposing again, it was you being real and you exposing your own raw emotions and feelings about it. You could have put that out, listened to it, and was like, maybe I just needed to say that shit. Because sometimes it's like, maybe I just need to hear it. Maybe I
Mhm,
just need to write it. And then
mhm.
I get those emotions out and we good. But for
Yeah.
you to put that out there and expose that to everybody, for people who listen, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
And I wanted to tell you that personally, because like I said, you were saying, this is me 24/7,
Yeah.
365. Everybody gets the same energy except my mom. She's the only one that I tighten this thing up for.
Yeah. As you
Okay?
should.
Everybody else, same energy. Unless we
But
got an older aunt or something like that,
right.
everybody else gets the same speed.
I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. I was telling you, like, yeah, my podcast is therapy for me. And it is like people
Everybody's is, or it
yeah.
should be.
But I've had people tell me that too, like thank you too about certain episodes they heard. It was like, man, you be keeping
Mhm.
it real. I mean, I have a lot of older people. And I'm like, okay, when I say older, because I'm 43, I'm about to be 44, but they be like in their 50s and 60s. So I'm like, if they are relating to me, it made me feel good. Like it made me feel
Hey,
like it's getting
them
some.
niggas got Apple Podcasts just like everybody else. I, I take a 5 star. Like I said, I did a live show. My aunt was down there in the building. I take a
Yeah,
5 star from her the same way I would from my nephew.
yeah. I mean,
But
fact.
I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate you
Uh,
for having me.
we got two more topics that we pulled out of here, and we're gonna talk about a little bit of that when we get off air.
Okay.
But I appreciate you coming on. That was episode 58. Please let everybody know where to follow you at one more time before we go.
Hey, everybody, it's your girl Ree. You can follow me on Instagram at new_normal podcast 2. You can follow me on Spotify, Anchor. Everything's on my Instagram page under my link tree. So I'm on everything, iHeartRadio. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you for having me. This was a great experience because, it was new. I never met you. It's
Hmm.
my first time. So I appreciate it. It was a good experience.
All right, y'all. We are out.